How's it going, everybody? I just did my supermarket haul and I threw the hat on to switch it up a little bit. But I'm going to be doing a drink review and a sports ramble like I had mentioned in the last video. Somebody was mentioning a Stanley Cup ramble. I figured I would just do that in the NBA Finals. They're both over. I don't know much about how the games kind of went. I know the scores and stuff, so I'll do a quick ramble on that. While doing a drink review of Sprite Lemonade Legacy, celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. And you can unlock a legendary experience if you scan that QR code. But this is a lemon, lime, strawberry, and lemonade flavored soda with other natural flavors. Alright, a lot of sodium as always. I like regular Sprite. I don't like it as much as like a 7-Up. But it's alright. I used to drink it more when I was a kid. I've talked about this in the past. I always associate Sprite with Universal Studios, Florida, because I remember drinking it for some reason. I remember this when I would go down there. We go into little restaurants they had in Universal Studios. This was like early days. This is like when it first opened in Orlando, and we went there like 3 times until I went back in 2016, and they had added Harry Potter World. There was freaking Simpsons area. There's all types of stuff. Back then it was just King Kong. Earthquake Ride, which was awesome. King Kong was cool too. They have Back to the Future. They still have E.T. from back then. That's the only original thing. They had some stunt shows and stuff. And Jaws, which was not open the first 2 times, and we finally got on a 3rd time, which was also cool. But that's the problem with those rides, is that they're so involved and there's so many moving pieces that they will break down. It smells pretty good. Swig. It's not bad. It's a pretty good blend, but I'm getting more of just regular lemon lime Sprite. I am getting some strawberry lemonade. I mean, like I said, I'm not the best at kind of distinguishing a lot of tastes. It's pretty good, though. It's actually a nice blend of those flavors. I am getting a little lemon there. Lemonade, I should say. It's actually a pretty nice blend of all 3. It's not... I'd say that there goes the train, and that's going to be louder now because I can't close the window because the AC's in. So I might mute this briefly because some of these drivers of these trains, they will hammer on that horn. I'm telling you, they do it on purpose to wake people up. They're like... because it's well past the point where everybody knows the train's there, and they just they get one last This is pretty good though. So I'm going to give a review of that in a few minutes, a score. But I'm going to go into this ramble. I'll obviously continue drinking like I always do. I like the blend of the flavors in this. Like I said, I haven't had a regular Sprite in a while, so I don't want to overreact. But I almost prefer this more. Let's see how much of the watermelon gum affects the taste. Sports ramble. I'll start with Stanley Cup first. Vegas beat the Panthers in 5. They pretty much soundly beat them. They destroyed them in 3 of the games. They absolutely destroyed them in 2. The one game was actually tied, and then they turned it on in the 3rd period. They won 1-3-2, and they believe they lost in overtime, and they blew a 2-0 lead maybe in that, or not. No, I think it was a 1-goal lead. Bobrovsky had been so good. And in the finals, he just I don't know if it was just because he lost it or because Florida's defense was playing terrible. And he was let out to dry, as they say. Or what, but the final game was 9-3. I think it was like 6-1 at one. Like, they got destroyed. Panthers still had a great run, though. And then Vegas, was this their 6th year in the league? They're winning the Cup. I think that's the second fastest. The Oilers are 5, but some people kind of 5 from when they got in the NHL. They were also in the, I forget what the other league was. They brought some of those teams into the NHL. And Edmonton already had Gretzky. I think they already had Messier and some of these other guys. Maybe they didn't have Messier, but I think the Islanders won it in their 8th year, the first time. And now Vegas is at 6. Somebody else was at 8. The Flyers might have been at 8 as well. The Islanders had really good success, actually. They came to League 72, 73, 73, 74, I think by like 74, 75, 75, 76, they were making the playoffs and division finals, or whatever they called them then. And then they finally broke through. But yeah, I mean, congrats to Vegas. A lot of people hate Vegas. I don't know why. I don't mind them. It's crazy how even Seattle in their 2nd year get to the 2nd round. And I think Vegas' first year they went to the Cup final, right? Because that was when the Capitals won 18, 19, 20. Maybe they were in a year before that, because I thought it said in their 6th year. Because it was 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22. Maybe they came in 17, 18. Maybe that's when they won it, 17, 18. Actually, maybe that was their first year in the league, 17, 18. Because it was 18, 19, the Blues. And then 19, 20, 20, 21 with the Lightning. And then 21, 22, Avalanche. The Blues were after the Capitals, right? Whatever. It's not like the expansion teams back in the day, like Ottawa and Tampa. Although Ottawa was originally, like, I think, an original team at the beginning of hockey when it formed, and then they disappeared. So technically, it's the same franchise, but whatever. And the Lightning, those teams struggle a little more out of the gate. Same thing with San Jose. Even Columbus, for that matter. But congrats to Vegas. They do have a good team. I'm going to give this an 8. I actually like this. It's a really nice blend of it. And as always, it's pretty refreshing. But yeah. Golden Knights beat the Panthers in 5. Panthers had a great season too, though. I mean, they were the 8th seed. And they beat a historic Bruins team, coming back from 3-1. They beat the Maple Leafs in 5. And then they swept the Hurricanes. They were getting outplayed in a lot of games, but they were getting the timely goals. You know, Golden Knights kind of, I can't remember how they went through. They beat Dallas in 6, right? Did they play the Jets in the first round, beat them in 5, and then they beat Edmonton in 7? Was that a 7-game series? I feel like Edmonton's real close to breaking through, but we'll see what happens with them next year. That was hockey. Basketball, same thing. Denver beats the Heat in 5. Also another series that was pretty lopsided. The Heat as well were an 8 seed. Beat a good Bucks team. They beat the Knicks, right? And then the Celtics. Celtics came back down 3-0, but lost 7. Game 7. I know the Nuggets kind of roughed them up. I think that the Nuggets roughed them up game one. They lost game two, and then they beat them both times in Miami, and then closed it out back in Denver. Denver's solid. Obviously, you have Jokic, and they have Murray's the other guy. Who's the third guy? Porter Jr., Michael Porter Jr. I think those are like the three main guys, right? And then I think of Aaron Gordon. He's been around for a while. But they have three. They have, obviously, they call him Joker. They have the two really good. I think him and Murray are like the main two, and then Michael Porter Jr. is like the third, right? Like I said, I don't know a ton about the Nuggets or the Heat. I know more about the Heat. Obviously, you have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero, I think, was out most of the series. Did he end up playing in a game? The Heat had another good run. Now, of course, Lillard said something like he would prefer, if he ever got traded, hypothetically, he would want to go to the Heat. And now, of course, everything media, because I still pay attention to Dan Le Batard show, and they're based in Miami. So everybody's now like, oh, he's going to go to the Heat. I'm like, here we go. But it was funny. Jokic was like, he was talking about something. He's very, and someone made the comparison in an Instagram video. He's very much has that kind of Tim Duncan type attitude where he's like, took care of business. Now I'm going to do whatever. He's not flashy. He just plays a very excellent game of basketball. But he's not like a flashy player in terms of like, he's doing all this crazy stuff. He's very much like Duncan. And he has the attitude, like, they were asking him, he's like, ready to go home, back to Serbia, and he's like, when's the parade? And they're like, Thursday. He's like, I want to go home. And a lot of people are like, that's kind of cool, he wants to go to his horses, and go, he's been here for a while, And other people are like, what the hell, no, the fans, it's always the fans deserve everything for some reason. I'm sure he'll be here for the parade, which is today, I guess. I'm filming this Thursday, I don't know when this is going up, but it's like to give the guy a break. He just got a title. I'm sure he'll be there, Denver's first title. I think that's 3 straight finals losses, right? The Celtics, the Heat lost to the Lakers in the first COVID year, and they lost the last LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh won to the Spurs. 3 and 4 in finals now. They beat the Mavericks. They lost to the Mavericks. They beat the Thunder and the Spurs. Denver's a good team. They could easily win another one. And in the NBA now, there's not a single dominant team anymore. Like the Warriors dominated for a bit. The Heat, with the big 3, they dominated the Eastern Conference, but they lost 2 of those 4 finals. The Western Conference is, the Warriors won it last year, right? And then it was like, the Suns made it. The Lakers had won. And then I think it was more, and obviously when LeBron was on Cleveland, LeBron was essentially dominating the East for like 10 years. Not that he didn't have good teams, but LeBron-led teams were. But now there's not a dominant team, in my opinion. There's not one dominant team. That's how Tim Duncan was. He was very calm, demeanor. Tim Duncan played. He was so good. Like, Tim Duncan was so good. He was almost underrated, even though he kind of wasn't. He just did the fundamentals with that guy. Like, he was just super smart player. Like, LeBron is extremely intelligent, too. Like, I'm talking basketball, IQ. Like, people will get on LeBron for certain things. I will, too, with some of the flopping and stuff. But the dude has an extremely high basketball IQ. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows where his teammates are. He remembers plays and stuff like that have been used against him in the past. He's a super high-level basketball player. Obviously skill-wise and also basketball IQ. And I think Jokic has a high basketball IQ. Duncan did as well. what guys like Steph Curry do. But LeBron definitely does as well. But yeah, those are the finals. Miami sent 2 teams and lost both. I think the Philly lost 2, right? They lost the World Series and the Super Bowl. It happens. So they both had success, though, honestly. And I think the Heat. I don't know about the Panthers as much as the Heat, but the Heat, especially if they get a Lillard or whoever, they still have a chance to go back. Panthers have a good team, honestly. Hockey can go all over the place, though, as well. But yeah. That is a Sprite Lemonade Legacy review. A nice blend of all 3 of the flavors in it. And it's pretty refreshing. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Check it out if you like Sprite or flavored drinks that are a good blend. And a quick ramble on the NBA and the NHL finals. But, thanks everyone for checking this out. And have a good day.